Business Podcast, the podcast to inspire, empower, and support creatives, coaches, and other free spirits out to turn their passion into a business. Tune in to hear about a way to build your business that's fun, creative, and way faster and more effective than following somebody else's proven success formula. Listen to ordinary people like you and me share the story of creating their passion business, and you'll see it's possible for you too. I'm Anke Herman, business coach and mentor, lifelong creator, and online tech-loving geek, and I'm your host. If you enjoy the podcast, please subscribe, leave a review on iTunes, and share so that more people can find it. Welcome to the very first episode 0 if you like. Today I want to share what motivated this podcast, who it's for, and why it might be worth your while listening. Back in 2017, I was invited to speak at the Short Talks conference in Devon in the UK, organised by the amazing Liz Scott and Stu Newbury. I talked about my story of how I managed to turn around my sewing business after suffering from severe burnout back in 2012. So there I was sharing how I'd left my programmer job in the UK with the somewhat crazy idea of moving to Spain to start my own sewing business. I talked about how my old good girl and people-pleasing self struggled with the demands of pushy Spanish clients, and how one insight turned it all around, literally in a moment, and how that personal transformation led me to become a coach so I could help others make this entrepreneurship thing easier. But during the breaks, people came up to me and basically all asked the same question. Hang on a second, what? Wait a minute. You just quit your job, moved to a different country and started a sewing business union mapping about? Oh, I'd love to be able to do that. And all the I'd love to's were really amazing. There were places people would love to live in, business ideas they would love to pursue, dreams they'd love to follow. But immediately after, there were the buts. I'd love to, but I don't have the courage for that. Others would say, I have an idea, I know what I want, but I just don't know how to break it down into small enough steps to take action. Others would say, I'd love to, but I get overwhelmed by the tech and all the conflicting advice out there. And of course the old classic, I'd love to, but I don't have time. The thing is, when it comes down to it, none of these reasons that hold people back will hold up when at some point they look back at their life and ask themselves whether they really made the most of it. A while ago, I listened to Marie Forleo. If you don't follow her, I do recommend you do. I listened to Marie Forleo interview Bronnie Ware, and they were talking about her book that's called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. Because Bronnie Ware had spent many years working in hospitals and working with patients with terminal illnesses. And it turns out that not following their dreams is number one, top of the list of what people regret when they come to the end of the days. And I'm on a mission to change that. And that mission is personal for me because the first time I heard about the top regret, I immediately thought of my grandma, who was this beautiful, outgoing, bubbly personality with lots of things she would have loved to do, but somehow never felt she could. So in the end, she passed away, as they say, with her music still inside. And now I'm here to crush a few myths for anybody who would love to or has already gone out to turn their passion into business, but finds it a bit more challenging than they thought. For most episodes, I'll have a guest who will share his or her journey, and I've got a fabulous mix of people lined up, not famous internet marketers or otherwise famous people, but normal people, just like you and me, so that you can see that no, it's not too early or too late, no matter what age you are. And yes, it will take longer than you probably thought, but that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you or the way you're doing things. And I want you to really understand that building a business is not a straight line from A to B. And following a proven success formula doesn't get you there any faster, despite what clever internet marketers try and convince you of. Now, and chasing shortcuts isn't what gets you where you want to go. The thing is, you have what it takes to turn your passion into business when you tap into your creative potential, when you remember that it's not a race, that the journey is just as important as the destination. Yes, you will need to learn stuff. Yes, some days you're going to feel like you're not getting anywhere. And yes, some shit just won't work out the way you thought. But it's not about success or failure. It's about heading in the direction of your dream with an open mind and then take one step at a time. And as everything in life, this podcast is an experiment and a co-creation. So if there's a topic you'd love me to talk about, or if you know somebody who would be a great guest, or maybe if you'd love to be a guest yourself, just get in touch by email or social media. Put the links in the show notes so that I'm easy to find, because I'd love to hear from you. So let's get this party started, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for listening to the Passion Business Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss the next one.